pointless as a platforming game that promises you the world, but if you don't want to take it the worst of time and effort means colossal, keeping gamers immersed in a platformer is a combination of understanding the IP and then reflecting it in an enjoyable way so that the expectations of the player are both met and almost tragically beaten. Thanks of THQ for the code for SpongeBob Super SpongeBob SquarePants. Cosmic Shay is offering a deep dive into sub-oceanic world of SpongeBob in his crazy crust sense. Friends, but also turned a bit on this head. One-way word encounter with the magical tears of a mythical creature has created separate wish worlds, places where SpongeBob and his best friend Patrick need to explore to part right, questionable prepared protagonists aside, who talk like they have 12 sports teams worth of confusion between them. What follows is a pure platform-based title more on the core tenets of older platformers than the glees and slimy teleporting magical rings, or crazy bandicoot spinning powers of other games. Of this type, my brand is my sponsor, is my subscriber if you like it. Rhino Stage Right SpongeBob and Patrick, who like typical cartoon, she might get in the trouble within the first 3 minutes of the game. Meeting up with a mysterious lady on her magic wish, grating jar of goodness, the 2 brain cell challenge leads Meter wish themselves into almost destroying their own town and causing all kinds of problems. Elsewhere, after a short tutorial on some of the basic moves and getting the lay of the land, by helping a few friends out in town you find out just how much trouble you have caused SpongeBob and Patrick. Decide it only makes sense for the 2 of them to fix what they cost and thus to have bumbled their way through more than the side decisions of the series and still have not learned much, so that risk seems more important to remember. The basic gameplay is the expected brick and mortar platformers, a hub-based main world that actually gets larger as you complete the side worlds by teleporting into them, with each themed world on crazy different locations, and ideas like Pirates and Reed West and so on, with SpongeBob and Patrick platforming through all the games of worlds, taking on a growing cavalcade of enemies. And new platforming abilities: running, leaping, dodging, diving, carade, kicking, swinging and gliding through. Almost all the levels. Now one thing to remember is that there is not Ratchet and Clank, there is not an assortment of guns or anything of the sort. It is much more of a pure platformer, with some specific character-based special attacks and movements that you learn as you go through the worlds, but everything is based on the customs of the worlds themselves, that the 2 characters go through, each one usually giving you a new move or ability. Each hub world is a mix of exploration as well as novelization of the story itself, kept of with some exploration that can be done later on to collect collectibilities and get rewards for specific activities, and their timing and usual timing means going through them under a specific time to get some kind of reward or unlockable. Now the wish worlds are unlocked themselves one at a time, with you having the ability to go back and explore those later. As I said, for me though, the first time that I enjoyed each level was the best. While scaring creatures in the Halloween Light Land or meet in the characters' pirate versions of themselves in the Pirate Hub, it's not the most complex almost at any time. But it is driven time in platform farming, this is perfect when it comes to the exploration and the golfings with a side of combat, the game's entrance to platforming specific gamer. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel and press like button on this video.